Hey Aries, welcome to your reading. It's Empress Rose here. These are general readings and we take what works and we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength on this reading, go check your other major placements, see if we didn't meet up our energies over there. So let's see, and then I'll be posting pictures of the spread at the end. We start with this intuitive deck. I love this deck so much, and every card just seems to hold such amazing, beautiful messages that are such a delight to read. And many of these messages are true all of the time, but these are the ones that are jumping out at you for the week, requesting your attention this week in particular. So this card has got to be getting tired. This is like I have pulled this card every reading in a row for a while now. Wild to me. Like, what on earth is going on here? So here we have the journey. This is something that we're either meeting this week, or this is referencing some sort of past event. We have the journey, something passionate. We met a kindred spirit and we knew immediately. There might have been a party, but we knew immediately that we were passionately connected and would be for a very long time. This is someone or something that's been in your life for a long time. This could be a career track that you've just been very dedicated to, or a creative track that you've been very dedicated to. You know, the first time you touched paints, you just knew that this was for you and you'd be painting for the rest of your life. Or the first time you met this kindred spirit, you knew that even if you weren't going to be in the same room together for the rest of your life, that you would somehow have this connection. The beautiful part about the journey card is that another card shows up later in the deck called My Dear Friend, and it's this exact same pair, but they're older and they've been together for decades. So this is referencing some sort of long-term commitment, or a long-term relationship, or a commitment to something. It is a commitment. You're committed to each other, either informally or formally, or you are committed to some sort of idea or concept for the long haul. So this is referencing being with something or someone for the long haul, either remembering that or initial meeting and that initial commitment, or having an initial commitment happen this week, or initial meeting with something that just resonates so clearly and you're bound together upon meeting. This could happen at a party or anything else. There could be a gift coming to you, and you immediately it causes an immediate connection here. I don't want to say love at first sight, but it's a little bit love at first sight, even though love at first sight is a tricky little concept here. But it's a little bit like that. Or, you know, hunch at first sight, or kindred spirit. I feel like I can relate to kindred spirit better because there's so many people I meet that I just immediately connect with. Most people, I just have an immediate recognition of something from our past life, or something where there's like, not most people, but you know, there's a lot of an immediate spark of connection, and I'm used to it, but sometimes people get very confused by what that means. And I just know that there's we've known each other before. We've been around this before, and I meet those people a lot. So, but I'm not marrying all of them. I'm not dating all of them. It's just this really cool spark. So I wouldn't say, I mean, it could be someone, you know, that you're going to be a soulmate type thing, but it could also just be someone that you really spark with and you guys immediately get each other. And whether you see each other every day or not, you're always just going to get each other. It's a connection that's made very quickly. And then we have Abracadabra. So this is referencing a lot of personal growth. Look how big you are. You're a giantess. Towering over the city. You've grown a lot. Again, this references some deep commitment to something. I mean, we almost get a wedding dress vibe from this party dress. Is it a party dress? Is it a wedding dress? And she's definitely in a wedding dress. You've been very committed to something, very committed to your growth, to your dreams. We've got a spiral showing up here representing growth, representing hitting the same spot in our growth cycle, but each time we hit it, we've grown, we've got new perspectives, we've got new ideas, new understandings are coming. And this is you reaching something and just being able to name it, to say it. It's something about your words allows for some sort of wish fulfillment, or brings something in. It's like the final touch. The final touch on the wedding cake is these words, this thing. It adds this final touch on the wedding cake, and now there's like a sense of completion, and this thing has come into the world now. There's a dream that I had, this vision that I had. It's now able to come into reality because you unlock something, and it has to do with words. It could be spoken words, written words, words that you read, words that you write. There's something to doing with words that's tripping over. It's the final piece of the puzzle. It's the final bit of the Rube Goldberg machine. It's that final thing, the mousetrap game. I'm seeing the mousetrap game, and it's, you get that final piece, and then the trap goes, and you get it. You get what you want. I mean, you're the game. I don't know how. I can't remember. Do you win that game by getting trapped? Or do you win that game by being the last one to not get trapped? I don't know. But anyway, it's a little bit like that. So the last little piece, the last little bit slides into place. It has something to do with something that you're saying. And either something becomes a possibility now, or like a real possibility in reality, or it comes to fruition and completion with being able to speak something. Something about your words changes the dynamic, helps you hop out of your timeline maybe onto the next one, helps you we all have these cycles, and we hit the same issue over and over again in our life, and our hope is that we grow each time before we hit that part of the circle that we're on, that part of our rotation, our psychic rotation. And so our hope is that we grow, and this offers an opportunity to grow beyond that, to get out of that cycle, to break some sort of cycle. All right, Aries, this is your past, this is your present, this is your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Powerful. Okay, Aries, in your recent past, you have the sun. This has been a lot of clarity, a lot of growth, a lot of personal growth. I want to say a lot of protein, because I see all these sunflowers, and that's reminding me of sunflower seeds. So some sort of, building block of strength and clarity, joy, happiness. Everything seemed very clear back there. Everything was, it could be, look, she's embracing the sun. Maybe it's a similar, the clarity of just like, yes, I recognize you. Yes, I recognize this as my path. Yes, I see this. Yes. I see very clearly. I've connected with this thing, and it all makes perfect sense to me now. So a lot of clarity, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of growth, huge amounts of growth. She's like the sunflower that wins all the state fairs, the universe fair. So yeah, the sunflowers are growing in the sun. So a lot of happiness, a lot of clarity, a lot of growth, a lot of opportunity for growth. And a lot of rapid growth. In your current situation, we have justice. So there's something that you're dealing with right now that could actually be the justice system, or it could be concepts of clarity, fairness, balance, evenness, wisdom. Something like that is coming in. So in your present situation, some sort of justice might be coming in. If you've experienced some unfairness, something unfair, it could be being righted. The balance, the scales are being balanced right now. So if you've been an asshole, something's coming to bite you in the butt. But if you've been a good little girl and boy, something's coming in to balance out a situation that felt very unfair, very out of balance. Maybe there were some lies being told. Those are coming into vision. You're going to be able to see those, or whoever needs to see the truth is going to be able to see the truth now. There's going to be a lot of clarity happening right now. Seeing something, understanding something. I mean, we're going from just general happy clarity to a more specific clarity and balance and fairness. Those are two really great cards. Your growth leads to being able to balance something out, possibly. Yeah. In your inner landscape, oh man, you are hoping you can juggle all this stuff. You've got these pentacles, they don't mix. They're not a liquid. They're solids. They're balls. They're discs. They're for the discus throw here, and you dance with them, and you're really hoping you can keep juggling everything. It might be a little bit challenging here. It's not quite feeling like a dance. There might not be a lot of joy here, but your hope is that you can keep things moving. You can keep things juggling. You've got maybe a lot on your plate here, and there might be a need to juggle some things here and to balance some things out. I mean, this is what's interesting. Justice is about this static balance, the scales being in balance, not too, every fairness coming in, and truth and honesty, or the justice system, which is not the same thing, of course. We hope it is. Our dream is that it is, but it so often falls down when it's better than mobs. That's how I think of it. It's better than a mob deciding who's right and who's wrong. So justice is, we've got balance. The Two of Pentacles is like, juggling, and these two things don't ever get into balance. But they remain in motion. So it can be work-life balance, work-school balance, school-home balance. It's two things that are fairly inflexible, don't want to give. They are their thing. They're their thing. And you can't mix them, and they're never going to be in perfect balance. You get the balance by averaging out which side is high and which side is low. It's juggling, and the juggling on average, all the balls when you're juggling are like right here on average. But we know that it's actually very active, throwing and dropping, or falling, catching, throwing and catching, throwing and catching, throwing and catching. But, so they're never, it would be very, very boring juggling match if we just held our balls at the average place where they end up being, right? That's not going to be a fun juggling thing to watch. I'm not tipping that juggler who just stands there and is like, on average, this is where the balls would be. So I'm just going to leave them here. They're equal, right? But so this is a juggling thing. Okay, I just went off on a whole little imaginary street artist here who decides to do the average, take just the average height of that would be kind of funny. I might tip him. And so then we have Seven of Pentacles. This would be in our issue. This would be waiting for your fruits to come in, but something's gone wrong. You're not seeing the fruits of your labors. You've worked hard. You've grown so hard, and you've grown so hard. You've grown a lot. I mean, you've had all this opportunity for growth. You've grown a lot, but you're not quite seeing the fruits of your labors here. They may be, maybe the seeds you planted weren't viable seeds. Maybe it just wasn't a viable situation. They weren't viable seeds, and you forgot to test them. They were maybe a few years old, and you forgot to test them before you planted them. So that's why nothing's coming up. You could be just being incredibly impatient with a process that's going to take a long time. And literally every other farmer on the block is like, dude, it's a 90-day plant. Why are you standing out here staring at them after 30 days? It says 90 days on the package from start to finish to first fruiting. So why are you standing out here at 30 days? So you could just be being very impatient about wanting to see the fruits of your labors. Or maybe you didn't plant anything and you're actually waiting for something that's never coming. Maybe you're hoping for this justice thing, but you're just not seeing it. You might be missing some money. Maybe you don't get paid for a week of work and you better check your pay stub. Maybe money that you thought was going to come in, that you filled out all the paperwork for, just isn't coming in yet. There's some sort of frustration or holdup with the fruits of your labors. They're not coming through. That's creating an issue for you. In your environment, there's a Seven of Wands energy here. There's a lot of contention. Somebody here has to stand up for themselves and has to stand their ground. So someone here is standing their ground and fending off attacks and naysayers and all of that. Someone's got to stay in their energy and stand their ground. And that could be someone around you. That could just be something that you're having to deal with on top of all this other stuff, or some sort of situation that's kind of tainting this other flow here. But someone, it could be, normally this is the environment, what's going on in your environment. It could be you also having to do battle over here, because you're juggling a lot. So it could be something in your environment that you're having to fight for yourself, stand your ground, fight for yourself in your environment, because you are juggling a lot. Or it could be someone in your environment that's really standing their ground, and it could be creating some difficulty, or maybe you're helping them or watching somebody stand their ground, watch somebody defend themselves and defend their ideas, and it's having an effect on you. It's in your environment. Your to-do list is, oh my God, here you are touching the star with your magic wand. Your to-do list is the star. So this could have to do with fame. This is more like being in the flow, getting in the flow, touching that star. There's something about needing to touch this star, needing to and it's there's some sort of magic here. You can finally touch the star. You've finally grown enough to touch this star, to get into this flow. Something's moved enough that you can get into this flow. And this is, maybe you need to be the cheerleader for somebody else. Maybe you need to be this little deer's cheerleader and cheer this deer on their journey. Maybe, because this is my cheerleader card. This is the universe saying, yes, yes, you're on the right path. Yes, yes, just keep going. Just keep going. You're on the right path. This could be the energy you need to be in. Just keep going. I am on the right path. You know you are. You're exactly where you need to be. This is what this card says. You are exactly where you need to be. Keep going. This is right. You're right. You're on the right track. You've seen the light. You've seen the light. You've got on the wrong track. It may be a little bit hard, but don't stop waiting for these guys. Don't stop. Don't get impatient. Don't stop. They're coming. These pentacles are coming. The fruits of your labors are coming. You're on the right path. You're on the right track. Keep going. Keep going. So that's the energy you need to come into. So either you're providing that energy for somebody else or some other loved one, or you are having a lot of confidence and coming into confidence that you are on the right path, even though it's not easy, even though there's a lot going on here, even though you have yet to see the fruits of your labors. This is why this star card's coming in. You can't see the fruits of your labors. You're not seeing them at all, that you're growing, or that anything's changing, or that you've found your path. This is saying you have found something. You have found your person, your path, or something. You've found something. You've been introduced to something. You may not see the fruits of those labors immediately, but don't get impatient, because you're getting there. You're getting there. You're getting closer. You're right where you need to be. So this is the universe cheering you on, saying, go, go, go. Maybe you need to be your own cheerleader a little bit and be like, okay, I can't see the fruits of my labors right now, but I will. I will. I will see, and I am exactly where I need to be. Maybe make that your mantra this week. I am exactly where I need to be. And make sure you're sharing that too. You might need to be the cheerleader for somebody else. And this is, our words change something here, help us get out of this cycle. So it could be having a mantra of I'm exactly where I need to be, or it could be cheering somebody else on and making sure that they feel and they know that they're seen. This could be making sure that somebody in your life knows that they're seen, that they're appreciated, and using your words to convey that, because it helps open something up, something you've dreamt of. So this Abracadabra card is wish fulfillment. The star card is also wish fulfillment. But this is your to-do list. So maybe it's to fulfill your wish, to fulfill the wish of somebody in your life, or both. Maybe saying something, acknowledging something. Maybe acknowledging that this is the path, because you're getting a lot of messages that you're exactly where you need to be, and there's something about words here, and so it could be having that mantra, or it could be and I just want to say also, some of you guys need to cheer somebody else on, cheer your partner on, or cheer someone else on, and be someone else's cheerleader, and encourage them and let them know that they're doing a good job and that they're exactly where they need to be. So why not just do it for yourself, for everybody? We're all exactly where we need to be. We're on our path, and go us. Let's all go. let's all cheer each other on with this, and ourselves too. All right, and then where you're going, the Emperor, power, the ball being in your court, having some control, having some say. Look how huge you are here. You definitely have some say. Okay, you have a say. Power and control. You do have a say in where you're going and where this all ends up. The Emperor is extremely powerful, extremely in control, and the ball is in his court. So I think this is a possible outcome for you, and I think that these two cards basically equal this card to me. And this being able to change something, having the power to do something, having power, you having say, you having control, and wish to fulfill somebody's wish, possibly yours, possibly somebody else's. So you have the power of wish fulfillment, and it's going to cause you to be even more powerful and have even more control and more say in what's going on in your own life. Yeah, so all right, Aries, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes and your comments, especially, and your subscribes, of course. I really do appreciate them, and I just think you guys are the best. You're just awesome to read for, and I know that sounds really funny, but that's how I feel. You're awesome to read for, and your comments are so cool and uplifting. And someone was commenting to me, a friend was commenting to me about what great comments you guys get. And so thank you so much. That means y'all are awesome. So y'all keep being awesome. All right. I hope you have a great week.